I forgot to check something. Can somebody say something real quick? Just anything in Discord. No?
Something. Anything.
Something. Okay, good. I think. Yeah, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Come here, Lily.
Welcome back.
Hey.
Oh, that's interesting. What is that called? Offers the sprout a humble greeting. Pretty cool.
Yeah, that's just the nameplate for the garden thing.
Oh, okay. Nice. Okay.
Or
never mind.
something, yeah. Yeah, it's not. Yeah, that's not the sprout marker.
Alright, waiting for Kyo to get on or log in.
Uh-huh.
We're good.
No, it's okay. You can greet inanimate objects if you want, Kale. No judgment.
I don't know you can have those icons though. That's pretty cool.
Hi. Hi.
All right.
Yoko Black Kitty.
Here we go. Time to suffer.
Alrighty. Oh boy.
One.
I apologize in advance for any lateness I am showing around Garuda since I wasn't here last week. Probably gonna need some refreshers.
See how much of Garuda we remember.
I know, I'm sitting here thinking, oh shit, what do I have to do now?
You do have to have food. Eating is important.
It would be helpful if I was on the right mouse setting. For start. Instead of my Minecraft mouse setting. Or like half of my bar isn't active.
Yeah.
Or isn't.
Did I? Yeah, I might have flipped it, sorry.
Ah, shit.
Anything we have to do with these other than just pull them here? Ah, crap.
That was pretty much all the mechanics for the route, right?
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah, the only thing left is the out and in. Alright. Nice warm up. Oh. Yeah, that's just reset.
Yeah.
That's all too
These last
many.
mechanics are
Yeah, tight.
well.
Mm-hmm.
Well, simple to execute, but we all just have to be up there. So I don't think you really need to practice on it.
Come on, I was not in that.
After this poll, I have something to say about the green circles there, by the way, because I noticed
There being a problem.
they can be a general problem for everybody.
Yeah.
There's an easy way to deal with them, though.
Oh, oh no.
Oh man.
Ah, call bullshit.
It had
It's
like
dead.
yeah, it had like 2 HP left, if that.
20 seconds. Where's Invuln? Invuln list.
Sorry.
Oh, never mind. We're all dead here.
Indeed. Okay. When it comes to that last round of green circles, they always spawn on the 2 people, so the 2 tanks in this case, that are taking that thing from the 2 sisters. So they'll always spawn in the direction that the sisters are, because that's the direction the tanks go to take them.
Okay.
So if you go in the direction that the sisters aren't, you won't get hit by them.
If I immediately gap close after the tanks take slipstream.
Yeah, if you immediately gap
or not
close,
slipstream.
you're gonna most likely get hit by them because the tank is near the,
Gotcha.
gonna be near Garuda.
Okay, well hold off then.
So just go opposite of the sisters.
Okay.
Remember to go after the scream though.
Well, yeah, don't
And
move
after
before
scream,
the
yes. No. No. Is
I
there
just wanted to
ever
make a
is there
mistake.
ever a moment where she screams and we don't stay still? I don't think there is.
You want to pre-move and then screams and then it sets it for everyone
Well,
else.
yes.
You say. I've done that a couple times, I think.
Hi!
Ow.
Fuck. Okay, my mitigation didn't go. You're dead, KZ, sorry.
Yes.
Sounds like she just got a visitor too, so.
Alright, let's just...
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shoop.
I have to remember to reskin my gun.
I don't know, I think that's a pretty cool gun.
I don't like the little things that are off of it.
Yeah.
Also can't dye it, so. Dye it. Oh, no. Never mind. want to go north or east.
Yeah, they sure do. Up here, right there. Good to know.
Sorry, my brain was automatically doing it, and I just realized as people were
okay.
making comments about it, I'm like, oh, that's right.
Yeah, that's okay.
There's a thing about that.
Woo!
Liz,
Yes. I'm sorry. I didn't notice Taro hit. Yeah.
It's
all
okay.
good.
But you're welcome for the cleave to the face.
How else
That
am I
was a
good?
slap to wake us all up.
Yeah, how else am I gonna know I'm awake?
Got it, Ellie, sorry.
Ooh. It's okay.
I had a little leg spike. No, I'm done. This time my game, not my brain.
I'll grab it.
Thank you. Oh, goddamn it.
Yeah.
Yeah, really.
On that one.
Yeah, really cannot take Transcendent for granted.
Bruh.
Bruh.
I heal myself. I do what I can.
Mm-hmm.
Others?
People flip strings.
She's not awake. I'm sorry, I now got rid of my stack. Yeah.
She got two. I took over on that. At that point.
You already go in?
There's something
No.
else.
She's
Get
not
ready to
awakened.
go in. Sorry.
It is not awakened.
Oh.
Hasn't given it yet.
Yeah.
She has alternate attack patterns when awakened, and that's the modifier for video.
Mm-hmm. Was Transcendent not worth in this fight? I wouldn't put it past them.
What's transcending?
It's the thing.
Pause after you res.
Yeah. You're invincible for a few
I'm fairly
seconds if you
certain
don't
in
do any
Ultimates
actions.
you don't have that grace
Okay.
window.
So
It's part of the ultimate of it.
yeah, that makes sense.
You really have to be on top game, basically.
Mm-hmm.
Including timing your reses.
Mm-hmm. Very much.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Ultimate undoes a lot of the things that most people are used to.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I'm sorry.
Bruh.
Risen.
I don't have it passed yet. Okay, that's weird.
Hitless.
Yep.
Nice. Good. Alright, we'll take it.
Alright, look for Ifrit, and then left or right.
Whew, that's tight.
She'll be the tank buster after the AoE. Gonna be nails.
C is the close one.
Kill 2 first. Oh fuck it, just kill them all. Oh, oh well.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. That was the first time I've seen all of that.
I just
Oh,
want to point
yeah.
out I made it through. That I didn't die on his opening day. That was the first time.
You were the first one to this safe spot list. That was great.
I know. I'm so proud of me.
Now my
Damn.
question is, did you just run that way hoping it was the
No, it was intentional.
Good.
I was determined not to die to that mechanic finally.
Okay. What does that
we
mean?
go. Okay.
Yes, I'm sorry. I
don't
do not know how the
need a
nails
big
work.
explanation of that part.
Well,
Yeah,
I mean,
think
we should
Ellie
probably
missed
explain
the
it to
whole
Ellie.
thing, right?
No,
Oh,
it's
yeah,
okay.
it's
I'll figure it out on my own. It's fine. I'll just intuit it, you know. Just
Come
gotta
on,
get
Ellie,
good.
do the strat, man.
Just do the
strat.
strat. Just do the
Exactly.
strat. Just get good. Just use the lightning Zweihander.
Spatially challenged, I guess. Okay, whatever. It's good enough.
Close
There's going to be 2 nails that spawn closer together. The tank is going to pull the boss between those nails. Could be in any of the 4 directions. Yo, you're doing which one? 3? I think? Or no, 4? Okay. So we're gonna have 1 DPS assigned to each nail. You want to burn it down a little bit, probably to like 30%. Because then we're gonna have to kill them all at the same time at the end of the mechanic. No, I think Kill just crit and blew it up instantly. So it's like, oh, where'd the health go?
As Sam does.
Carefully, damage it, don't kill it. Yeah, so you'll just be assigned to 3. At the same time, a healer's gonna get a debuff. They're gonna leave. If you get too close to the healer, you'll get knocked back and killed into the wall. So, all that to say, probably you won't need to gap close to when we're burning them. You probably won't have to gap close to kill 1 and 2. Maybe just throw some range at it. I don't know. We'll feel it out. So the healer with the AoE knockback is going to be between 1 and 2. The range DPS are going to go to 1 and 2 respectively. They're going to drop AoEs. Once they rejoin the group, we start killing the nails.
Okay. Because at that point they're buffed and will.
Yeah,
correct.
just be aware that the ranged are going to be coming up to 3 and 4 and dropping puddles on it, so you might have to be playing dancey dance move.
Yeah, just be wary of the puddles.
In the middle.
Okay.
And then
Closer.
So this isn't necessarily waypoint 3 because they show up anywhere. It's just 3 is considered like if Ifrit is facing
3,
if Ifrit is facing here, then 3 is here.
Nails.
Okay, gotcha.
There's going to be once the range rejoin the group, we're going to burn the nails in a specific order. So we're basically going to kill it 1, 2, 3, and then 4.
From far left, far right, close left, close right. If you orient yourself to boss north.
1, 2, 3, and then 4. Yes.
Okay.
However you want to point your camera.
1, 2.
For me, it was the exact opposite of what Fuyu's camera was pointed, so yes. Yeah. Kill the nails in that order, and then that'll be the farthest we've gotten. We'll do an AoE afterwards, and
That's an idea, yeah. Okay. Cool.
Do it again, if anyone needs it.
There's going to be a chain. It could be possible that it's chained to you, but I am chained to a random DPS.
Okay.
I just follow you around. So just ignore the chain.
So we don't want to break the chain.
Don't break the chain. Just
Gotcha.
ignore it.
Interesting.
I have no idea what happened there.
Yeah. So you definitely you still get transcendent as a buff when you res, it just doesn't work.
Not gonna question how I didn't get clipped by that.
Yeah.
Others?
It dunked.
So we cleansed something early.
Right?
Oh,
It was glorious while it lasted.
It's okay.
oh.
Oh.
Sandy.
Right. It's just targeting it.
It just kill all the nails, doesn't it?
Hey, we got
Big
him.
raid wide.
Mitigation, please.
Hit my thing.
Oh, I guess you get sometimes hits. Healer's gonna get another Searing Wind, and Ranger also gonna have to bait, I think.
Out of mana. Oh, I have one. I'm getting out.
It's the range bait. YOLO, YOLO, YOLO.
Oh, Crimson Cyclone coming.
Oh my
Oh,
god.
then you want
Hey, I made it!
It's a
I
big
did
one.
it, guys!
It's a big
It
one.
worked!
Can you do an LB3? How could you? How could you, man? You were so close to the LB3.
I stood somewhere I thought was safe, and it worked out. It's good. It's good.
Okay. That may have been the same, but yeah.
That one, yeah, you have to be on the intercardinals. That one does not depend on the nails. The nails one is afterwards. Yeah, I don't know. I guess the nails have pretty low health. Maybe you don't need to pre-burn it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no, I
we
put
could-
a dot. I put a dot on it, and then I noticed that HHP
Yeah,
was
no
falling
dots.
very
No dots.
The only
quickly.
thing is no dots.
No dots.
No, mine was slow. I had issues targeting it. I kept targeting everything but the boss. No, but the boss nail thingy that I
Mhm.
target mine, target someone else's. Like,
Okay,
no, no.
so if
I
I'm
just got a
looking,
kick on it.
so if I'm looking at Ifrit and the back and like the back of the arena and like I don't actually know how to explain how I'm oriented. If I'm
Are you
looking,
closer to the
if I'm
center
looking,
or closer to the edge?
if I'm
Are
looking,
you closer to the center or closer to the edge?
I'm close. If I'm looking from closer to the edge, then which
one
nail
on
am
the
I
right.
hit? The one on the right. Okay.
If you look at the nails like a V,
Gotcha.
then it'll be on the right.
Gotcha.
If you look like a mountain, then it'll be on the back one.
Mm-hmm. Looking in and seeing all the nails. What's the edge? Okay.
What's the opposite of a V?
Carrot.
Carrot. Yeah.
Carrot. Yeah, carrot. If it's a carrot, it's back left.
Mm-hmm.
That's how I orient this way.
Carrot. C-A-R-A-T. Not like a flopper at carrot.
Gold.
Carrot of happiness.
C-A-R-E-T. I thought C was C-A-R-E-T.
It might be C-A-R-E-T. I might be mixing it up with
But
the.
it's not K-A-R.
No, that's the.
E-A-R-R-O-T. How about that?
That's the like hardness measurement or something.
Yes, exactly.
Omnims are stupid.
Alright. Here comes. Here come Tethers.
And she's awake. Alright.
Alright, get ready to prop sprint.
Yeah.
Okay. So now
Fine. I should explain this better.
Oh.
Liz had the debuff for this thing.
Does that mean stand away from Liz? Or
I think so. That's the debuff I usually get, that's why.
Yeah, it should be on the healer though.
The one with the triangle, or is that something
the one-
else?
Ring around the rosy.
Oh, right, nice.
How the fuck did I survive that? I was accidentally in the exact right block.
Oh boy.
Alright, so after we kill the nails, he will do
Massive
an
AoE.
AoE. Then he's going to target the two furthest players with the 8 AoE drops again. So it's going to be the same range DPS going to do that. Also, he's going to target the healer with the knockback pulsing AoE. We're going to want to pull the boss to the cardinal. You can just say pull him to southwest, so towards 3 here. The reason for this is he's going to do a cleave that will basically hit all the cardinal directions. So I'm going to pull him here. At the same time, the healer is going to bait the knockback AoE and go opposite of the group. So here will be you'll go to 2. Then for the range, you can sort of do it as normal. So between 4 and 2, and between whatever. Just use a marker. Yeah, so one range will be by 3 back there. Probably kill, I think you're doing that side. And then KZ will be over there. And you do the same pattern, you drop all 4 AoEs and then come back and regroup with the party on their cardinal. So after we resolve the drop AoEs and the healer knockback, what's going to happen is the whole party's going to be on 3, except for the one healer's going to be isolated on 2. Then Ifrit's going to do the cardinal cleave, and we should be safe from that. Then after that, Ifrit will target another healer, the other healer, with a knockback AoE at the same time. So we're going to have both healers off group with the debuff. It's pretty YOLOable. Maybe you just go over here to 3 if you're the other healer. He's also going to target the party with a stacking raid wide, so everybody wants to stack. As soon as the stack goes off, then the first healer who had the debuff can restack with the party and do some healing. Then after that, he's going to do the 4 dashes depending on the order in which we kill the nails. Yeah, I'll call it for that mechanic. For that mechanic, we are always going to move clockwise, and either we're going to move 45 degrees clockwise or 90 degrees clockwise, depending on where Ifrit is. Or we'll just die if we kill the nails out of order.
So we absolutely 100% have to kill the nails in order.
Remind me, the second time we bait the knockback again?
After you kill the nails, he does the raid-wide AoE. Then he's going to target a healer with a
we're
knockback.
going to go to 2, or one of us is going to...
Yeah, you will go to
Assuming
2.
3. And then
It's not assuming 3. It will always, we will always want to pull the boss, because there's not going to be any nail stuff. So Taro's always going to pull the boss here to 3.
Always 3. Then, so one of us goes to when we mark who gets it first, right?
Yep, you'll have the pulsing AoE, and you'll be isolated until he does the first cardinal cleave. After he does the cardinal cleave, he will target the other healer with the knockback. Then after he targets the other healer with the knockback, the next mechanic is he does a stack damage that the group has a stack for. You will not go into the stack. Once the party takes damage from the stack, then that first healer who had the steering wing debuff will go into the stack.
That's it? And then the second person baits it.
Second person will be isolated for the
entire.
Well, they'll be isolated for the Ifrit dashes that depend on the nail order. But the way you resolve it is still the same. You still move clockwise 45 or 90, mirroring the group. So we'll always be opposite of each other along the circle.
But you'll be in the stack, and then I'll join afterwards, is what I'm understanding for that part.
Then after the, if you want to know, after the 4 nail dashes, you're going to have one more pulse before you can go back in to the party. Yep. Then he's going to do a
so the rest of us are just
and then
always...
Huh?
The rest of us are just always stacking with the person who has the red triangle?
Yeah.
Red triangle?
There's the stacking damage indicators of the triangle.
Gotcha.
But, yeah.
So healer mechanic, okay.
Yeah, so they're taking stack damage while both healers are off the group, so we have to...
Let me simplify. The person who gets it first basically just makes sure that after he finishes his pulse and then joins the stack. Right? The second healer has to do the swivel mechanic opposite, and then stays outside until his pulsing resolves, right?
Yeah.
Okay, alright, gotcha.
If in doubt, just look at your debuff timer. It should tell you.
Yeah, I gotcha. So you let it expire out of the group, is what I'm understanding.
It would be.
And after that, we're done with Ifrit, I assume, pretty much.
Yeah, he does a tank buster and then the range beat the 4 drop AoEs again, and then it's hit range.
Gotcha.
But yeah, healers are done with the strength wind.
That was a
Easy
tank
swap?
monster.
Probably, right? Because you need to
You will
involve
need a
that.
tank swap, yes. But yeah.
Because there are 2 tank busters, and you can only invuln one.
Yeah. Yeah, you will... A different tank will need to invuln for both of the triple fire breaths. That is true. However you want to solve it. But
You ready to end on that?
we'll have to get there first as well.
Yeah, I don't even think Warrior's cooldown is fast enough. to do
Nope.
both of them.
We're not even like
how
5
fast
minutes
the
in.
phases are.
Yeah, we're not even like 5 minutes to the fight if I'm reading time correctly. This all happens so quick.
Sorry, I rezzed into it.
Yeah.
Oh.
That right, so your stack got cleansed and blew up.
Yeah.
Gotcha. The level of preciseness. Yeah. Yeah, the level of preciseness you need. And that's incredible.
Honestly, this is reminding me more a lot of when raids first came out before they started nerfing a bunch of shit.
Yeah. I did hear the early.
Twin Tanya was very precise.
Yeah, Twin Tanya and A4S and A3S I heard were super precise.
Yeah, they're actually
Very overtuned.
all the bosses leading up and after it, just you were very, very specific, very precise, and very time oriented. Like you had X number of minute or seconds or do this.
So if
Kill
anything,
these mobs and
So if anything, this is a throwback to that style.
yeah, before they started doing a bunch of nerfs and buffs and shit.
Yeah, definitely more accessible. I've heard horror stories about Judgment Nisi and Pepsi Man back in Heavensward raid days. Is it just because the fight is so quick that your mids aren't back up enough? Yeah. When exactly does waking or not awakening them screw us over?
You awaken by giving her 4 stacks.
Right.
She has 3.
But
You
when
look
does
at
that?
her-
Well, when does that matter?
She does a different attack pattern when she's awakened. Oh, I know what you're saying. At the end of the fight.
Yeah. Like,
Yeah, against ultimate and so.
like I know they all need to be awakened over the course of the fight. Just wondering when the check for that is. And they're like, nope, you failed.
At the end.
Okay.
Others?
Cool.
There you go. You got to
Ready to
finish the
run?
whole cast.
Run.
Use knockback as this list.
Sorry. Blew mine up. But he does look awakened.
Yeah, he awakens if you kill all 4. We
Uh-huh.
definitely didn't do it in the right order.
You're right. It's like a backwards Z or normal Z, depending on
yeah,
which way you're looking, I
backwards Z.
guess. Okay.
Z flipped along its vertical axis.
Uh-huh.
The thought until we get used to it is marking the people 1, 2, 3, 4, or at least 3 and 4.
I'm okay with
The
that.
range wouldn't be by theirs, but
Right.
4 would be.
Thing is, well, I guess.
Okay, let's,
It helps.
how will we burn to like 50%? At least for the melee range ones. And the range ones, you can probably go to 30%. Or try to just do as much as possible while doing your mechanic. I don't think we are pressed for time on killing the melee range ones.
No. They don't seem to have a lot of health.
Others?
Right into everyone.
Right?
Oh,
Use knockback resist when you res. Oh!
that was a direction he turned.
Yeah. That was
yeah.
so rough.
They don't have the same aggro table or whatever.
They don't, so you have to reprovoke
Yeah.
when he spawns.
Yeah. Salty.
So for the knockback there, the second raid wight he does is knockback. But if you have a shield, you don't have to do anything.
Right, because it's
shielding the
mitigated.
party. But if you are rezzed, I won't have the shield on you. So
Right, so you need
that's at
to
that point,
so you
yeah.
need to pop it in order to not get knocked into the wall.
Pop it or be at the center of the room.
Okay.
Because mine, I popped it, but technically his thing went off before I could pop it. But I was in the center and I didn't actually hit the
Yes.
wall. I almost did.
I saw. It got close.
But yeah, you basically have to be dead center.
Dead center. I get it.
Because we're dead.
Can we maybe pop out and repair and take a 5-minute break?
Sure.
Let's get some water.
No, not exit game. Wrong exit menu. Leave. Tara's gonna come back all by himself.
Tara suddenly finds himself alone facing an extremely angry bird lady.
I believe in him. He can do it. We'll just pop in for like the last 2 seconds of Ultima.
And he'll be like, meh, I've done it before. What is it? Ranger pose. 2L. Or ranger pose. Or burpa. Or burpee. Yeah.
Yeah, 5-minute break.
Definitely feeling that middle of the week sleepiness.
What'd you say, Ellie?
Definitely feeling that middle of the week sleepiness.
Oh, yeah.
Let's get over that nail. See those? What do you call them? Line drivers?
Charges?
Charges? Ifrit charges?
I don't know. Ifrit charges, yeah. Pile drivers.
It reminds me of Fate Breaker for some reason.
If we do it properly, it's Ring Around the Rosie.
Yeah.
Reminds me of Fate Breaker.
I could see that with the clones around the edge doing line AoEs.
Back to back.
Line drivers makes me think of... It's a baseball term, but for some reason it makes me think of football.
Alright, sending us in.
Oh boy.
Eat my food.
Like, I will only get 100 poetics for completing this.
Alright, here comes the AoVs.
Sorry. Yeah, no, just get the full actions.
Alright, go to sprint. Sprint.
Wait, what? Oh. I saw the wrong safe zone because it wasn't safe at all.
Okay, you wanna align your camera to Ifrit because
I aligned it and
cleaves
then
it down the
turned.
middle.
Yeah, I aligned it and then turned 90 degrees. I didn't know the other empty spot existed. Now I do.
Okay, Casey and Phil are together.
Yeah, that's not supposed to happen, is it?
they need a lot of healing. I'm up to as well. Every nail you kill is a ray blind.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I choose my own death.
It chained Q and KZ, and then after one of them died, and then once one of them died, it moved to Kale and Dirk. Or what Kale and Fuyu wanted to. Yeah.
Oh, that's because I don't have stance because we came back in.
Oh.
Yeah, that would be it.
Alright.
For the totals? I dare you look at Ifrit. Then sprint. Sprint.
Kill it. Nice.
I think how to optimize this fine.
Oh my god. Medica one?
You guys don't have Medica, you're not White Mage.
Man, it's like your mom calling everything a Nintendo. That's what I am with healers.
God.
Okay,
is, isn't
that
it?
comes out quick
Every card.
for the thingies. Yeah.
Totally forgot to look out for that coming. Oh, cool. KC has one of the steering wins. That's fine. Right? Right? The Game Boys.
Alright, so as soon as that raid wide happens, we have
Which
to
side
move
was safe?
to
I don't even
3.
remember.
3 is safe. 3 is gonna be safe, 2 is
It's
gonna
45
be...
degrees, so it's slow in the movement.
Oh.
Man. It's a lot.
But yeah, as soon as that raid wide goes off after the nails, we have to bait for the thingies and loot the boss.
Mm-hmm.
That was quick. Okay.
Why is it so quick? Why is it so fast?
Yeah, the healing requirements are annoying.
Mm-hmm.
So,
I think
depending on the nail that we kill last, that is going to be the safe spot for that last mechanic that I died on. Oh, right. After nails, yes, the boss should be pulled to 3.
Oh,
And then
pulled
the
two
healer
through.
with the...
I thought you meant
Yeah,
3
there's-
ether stacks, not Woken.
Yeah. So Taro should pull the boss to 3, and then the healer with the debuff goes to 2. Opposite.
Yeah, it was quick. We kind of. I
Mhm.
mean, we dropped the puddles away from the group. It just. Things were all over the place.
Well, you did the nails correctly, at least. You can stack the AoEs. After nails. If you want. I don't know what's easier. I just thought that continuing the same pattern was easier. But I don't think there's
Okay. I don't supercharge
there's
them or
really a
anything if they're
difference.
stacked. Yeah.
yeah, because if someone goes in front of the other person, you screw them up.
Yeah.
That's
But if
why.
you, but if you go off the same queue, then
Yeah.
Mhm.
Whatever you like. I just thought it would be easier not to have that risk of being out of sync and getting killed by the other person's drop AoE, but if you think that's easier, go for it.
The arena's
not being
big
that
enough.
mechanic.
It's not like our.
Yeah.
It's not like our circles are causing issues with other people. The arena's big enough. The only time that it does where people have to move is because of the nails, and that's because we have to hit the nails.
Okay, but this specifically said punching, not shooting. Damn it. Regarding totally dodgy. Is she supposed to be awoken now, or...?
No, after this tether
Braces.
circle.
Okay,
When I get hit here.
gotcha. Theoretically, but she isn't.
Yeah.
Ready to sprint.
Nice. It's gonna be range base plus healer thingy afterwards. Pull the boss at 3, Carol.
Okay, I guess I'll take the other way. Sorry, Dirk.
Sorry.
I thought I was going to the same spot as I was on the baits, but I will take the other side, I guess.
Maybe it's easier to stack.
Up to you guys.
Yeah.
I just need to know what side Kale's gonna go on. I'll make sure to go. So on that one, since the boss is supposed to get pulled to 3, initially we were gonna go to our individual spots before that we went to, but I may have gone to the wrong side. I don't know. Okay, so I'll go north. That's fine. I got it.
I'm dead. I'm dead.
Maybe. Oh, it just ran out. You're alive.
Thank you. That was terrifying.
Brent.
Oh my god.
Thank you. I love that. Very, very hot. Very hot.
He was 180 blasting me in the face.
Ah. Garuda, very, very windy. Ifrit, very, very hot.
Okay, now I understand part of the video. So, in the guide he says for the off tank to provoke and take the first invuln. I think that just makes it easier to handle the aggro, so you know when to provoke.
Hmm.
Sorry, I
So
had a
basically,
coughing fit. What did you say?
sorry, go ahead.
I had a coughing fit. What did you say? I'm sorry.
We can have the off tank take the first invuln, so that triple fire breath. So once the 2 raid wide AoEs resolve, or even during that, you can provoke, and then you're gonna invuln. The boss will hit you as 3 fire breaths, and then Terra will take aggro after that.
So Terra waits to provoke until after the tank buster?
Yes, and then Terra will use his invuln at the end of the fight for this same mechanic.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yep.
Oh, it's getting cleaner and cleaner.
Ruda, definitely. Forgot that I've said that.
What is this shiny wall on the end here? Let me touch it. You. I'm sorry, I'm just like, we're in the middle of the fight. What'd you put it? Oh, it works. But it didn't register me. That was weird.
Don't.
It registered me in the stack. Even though I moved before she even started. Oh, that's right. I think the puddles are random. I don't think they're on everybody.
Nope.
Others?
I definitely have not been dropping a puddle every screech.
Yeah, it's random. But that's why you stack, is just in case you don't accidentally screw people over. I forgot about that. I did not make this something you bought, but whatever. Waste.
Get ready to sprint. Sprint.
He lived.
Provoke this. And then get ready to invuln the invuln now. And then Terra will take
Nice.
okay.
That seems dangerous. I don't know.
Good thing that's not a AoE target. That nail is low. Oh, I think you got a little too close to me there, Kel.
Cool.
Alright, got it. Alright, get ready for the 3 and 2.
Here's your intercardinal. gonna mark the other healer. Make sure you prep the group of the stuff. Oh, get out, get out, get out, get out. Oh, don't crowd me.
Stack up everybody, right?
Gotcha. I see that now.
Okay.
Which one was it last? Sorry, I don't remember.
Good question.
Say D? Okay.
Oh, well,
Not
yeah.
D. Oh no.
LB3, you know, as you do.
Go for it, Kyo. You got it.
25% in one go. Sounds good. we did it. All right, guys.
It was good. Not that good.
Oh, that's pretty much it. He does. We saw it the last. He does the free fire breath, so Terra will invuln that, and then he's also going to do another range 4-drop AOE. mechanic.
Okay, so at the end there, where we were supposed to rotate, where were we supposed to go? We were all standing on 3.
So we need to remember the nail pattern that we kill. The last nail that we kill, that is where we're going to stand. So if we kill the last nail on D, the party will stack along the edge near D, and the healer will be opposite on B.
Yeah, those
Then-
4 charges go in the order that you have killed the nails before.
Correct. Then what I would do is orient my camera. So suppose I'm staying on D, I'll look straight at B. Or I guess let's just use A and C. So we're standing at C, I'll look straight across at A. Then one of the sides, left or right, will have 2 Ifrits. And the other side will have only 1 Ifrit. So you look at the side with 2 Ifrits. Then if one of the Ifrits on the side with 2 Ifrits is blue, then that means something. Probably 45 degrees. I'll go with that. So if the blue Ifrits with the 2 Ifrits, you go 45 degrees. Otherwise, you go 90 degrees.
So we either go one lane over,
We'll either
just
go to
stop
3,
there.
or we'll go all the way across.
yeah, and just stop there, even with all the other charges and explosions. If either the second or fourth Ifrit, we'll stop between the second and fourth Ifrits. And we're going counterclockwise, which means we're going...
We'll go clockwise. If we kill the nails in a Z pattern, we'll go counterclockwise. If we kill it in the way we have been, it's going to be clockwise. So slight difference from the written guide, but it's the same thing with the 90 versus 45 degrees. Just clockwise versus counterclockwise, depending on the pattern you use. I don't know. I mean, the way that I think it works is, or a way you can resolve the mechanic is with look at the side with 2 Ifrits and see if one of them is blue. And if they are blue, you go 45 degrees. And if not, you go 90 degrees.
You always go clockwise, right?
We will always go clockwise, yes.
What'd y'all do?
All right.
Just followed our team. It is.
It's because it's purple. I'm not sure how you ignore it and don't go into it every time. He's so purple.
I just have this image of Kyo like the cat with the Christmas tree lights.
I was gonna make a siren call reference, but yeah, that is also accurate. Are people feeling like we're done, or do we want to keep going?
Say that one more time.
Okay. Let's...
And then digest for next time.
Yep.
Since this week we're canceling Friday since she can't make it.
Yeah.
Or wait, actually, let me ask Romy. We'll see.
Yes, we do.
I forgot Romy is also interested.
Why did that song suddenly pop up in my head?
What?
Just reset.
That's uncommon. You just became too strong. Hmm. Wonder if it's the same issue I had way back when I had difficulty getting Blackest Night to pop during the opener, and that was sort of dependent on whether a melee DPS got to. Yeah. Yeah. It's about time someone other than me or Kay got that debuff.
Yeah, my cat's actually not here right now. Probably having fun upstairs. Target.
Two stacks, okay. Gotta let him go.
Tethers?
Oh, the plume. Oh, what? We're good? Okay,
We're good, we're good, we're good, we're good. She's not awake, but that's fine.
Alright, get ready for that sprint. Sprint.
Damn it. My mind wandered for a second.
There we go.
Oh. Too many repeated blasts in a row, I think.
Oh man, my mind wandered for a second. Oh fuck. I
Gonna
was
be
like,
that time of
wow,
night.
Okay, I'm gonna remember which nail is last, and then everyone is dead.
Mm-hmm. Thank you for calling back, though, Joe. Yeah. Since it's yours.
I shouldn't be in the middle. It's too late for me to move. Oh yeah, the one that's last is always gonna be Kyo, so.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
If we do it right. So if you started. So theoretically there we would have started right here, actually. At C. At the edge, which is right here.
It's rough.
It's rough, bro.
Alright. Let's do last pull, even if we wipe in like 2 hits.
Alright. Last second battage.
Get ready for that.
Mm. Get out from in front of her. Mm.
Oh bullshit!
Yeah.
That's it.
Sprint.
Bastard.
Fine.
I'm just gonna stand here.
Yeah.
This is fine. Yeah, we're good.
Fine. Everything's fine.
Cool.
Oh no, I missed that. Like that.
He is not awake. Whatever.
Yeah, my bad. I missed the nail.
So good. 3.
Want to just use the cardinal for the dash? Maybe watch yourself through you and cut the group.
Everything. The 2 is the
Is where we're going for now.
You stay out, please.
Oh, that's a. Oh. So I can't get to 3 then in time then.
You do your mechanic after, or you restack with the group after that mechanic.
Yeah.
No, the group was coming to where I was standing, so.
No, so the safe spot is always going to be a diameter opposite. So if it was 2 is safe, then 3 is safe.
Yeah, I was at
So-
2. You guys were at 3. We have to swap places, so I had to
we
run.
don't. No, we don't. We
No?
should not have swapped places.
So I should have
The
stayed
entire
at 2.
column is safe. From 2 to 3 is all safe. Does that make sense?
Column.
From 2 to 3 is safe because the Ifrit dashing from 2 to 3 is last. Which means you were safe where we were, and we were
Oh, I
safe where we were. And the reason that we crossed and you killed everybody in the middle with the steering wind, that didn't need to happen. We could have just
So-
stayed where we were.
Oh, so as long as you're within the. Okay, I see. As long as
As
you're
long as
within
you're
the,
on that line of the
So
last
we all should have
Ifrit.
stayed where we were, basically.
Yeah.
Okay, that makes sense. So I remember the last one was on 2 for 1, 2, 3, 4. That's why.
Yeah.
I called 2.
Yeah.
I assumed
So
that
2
you
and
had to
3
be
are
at
safe.
2, and I had to be at 3.
So did
I
I,
just crossed it. Everyone was crossing, and I was crossing over to 3, and then it just blew up. I killed everyone.
Yeah.
And I
Well,
didn't even get there in
uh,
time, so yeah. Alright,
Pretty
now I
much it.
know.
After that, dashes is the tank buster and then the 4 bait AoEs and then enrage.
Alright. Yeah, it's a good place to digest.
Go home and think about what you've done.
Yes, Mom.
I was mostly talking to Fuyu, but
So it's all
Okay.
my fault, what you're trying to say?
yeah, obviously. I mean, you're the one
Nice,
dragging us into this. You know.
I mean, I guess if you guys don't really, yeah, just tell me if you guys don't want to do Ultimate. It's fine.
No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. No.
But it's all good.
Don't mind getting you your glowy sword.
Again, if anyone's
Chloe,
tired, we can always
something.
stop the raid shorter if you're
Mhm.
tired.
When does the raid tier come out? The next one?
Late August, from what I
yeah.
know, but it could also be early August. I don't know.
I think they said 6.2 is late August, and it would be with that. So.
So I need to talk to you guys about my August is weird because on Thursday the 3rd or something like that, I go to the coast for almost 3 weeks.
Okay.
Now I can raid there. My internet there has from time to time been spotty, but it's usually pretty good. But if you want to have Romy take my place for that because you're worried about the spotty issues, that would be fine. If you want to talk to him, but
You can ask if he's able to be on standby, yeah.
yeah, I just know there's been a couple times that it's cut out there, and I don't have any control over it because I'm at a
Well, you sound like you're already there, so sounds fun. But no, don't worry about it. We can give it a shot first to see if how bad the internet is, and if it is bad, then I can ask Romy to sub in.
Yeah, we'll play.
Usually it's fine. It's just I'm at an inn kind of place, so I don't have any control over their system.
Right, it's like public Wi-Fi.
Yeah. So.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Public Wi-Fi.
But it's really good because we actually picked the one they have. So.
Yeah.
Nice.
Usually nice places like that also do have Ethernet hookups in some fashion, so maybe you could also see if that's available.
Yeah, they don't. It's a weird place. It's one of those where like you own the unit, but you kind of rent it out to other people, type of things. Not quite timeshare, but it's weird. My husband's family's been going there since he was 2. It's bizarre. I get to go there with like 40 of my in-laws. Believe me, the raise and getting my ass kicked, it will be the highlight of my week.
I was gonna say this was all sounding wonderful until you mentioned the in-laws. Yeah.
It's a lot.
Yeah.
And they do it every year in August.
Well.
Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, when you're talking to Romy about Friday, if you want to talk to him about either taking over or being on standby, whatever. Anyway.
Okay, I'll talk to him about it if he wants to.
Yeah. Okay. And again, we don't need to decide anything beforehand.
Yeah. Okay.
Alrighty.
So I've been meaning to talk to you about it.
Yeah. It was fun night, all.
Yeah.
Thanks for coming.
All right. Thanks for coming, even though you're all tired.
So fucking tired. Everybody, please try and get some rest.
Why am I not able to access the server?
Are you already back in Minecraft?
Huh?
Yes.
Oh.
I went to go launch it, but it says I can't.
Listen,
Sorrow.
she has diggies and she has booms to do.
I was playing right before raid. Break?
Server shouldn't be down.
I'll show you once it's loaded what it.
I updated.